Firstly, I will address Dawkins' statement in the following clip, where he claims a logical pathway but does not present it.
Is there a logical pathway that leads from religious faith to doing bad things? Sure as hell there is. Is there a logical pathway that leads from atheism to doing bad things? No, you cannot make a logical pathway that way. Nobody would ever say, because I'm an atheist, I'm going to kill somebody. You could very well say, because I am a Christian, I'm going to go and kill Muslims. Because I'm a Muslim, I'm going to go and kill Christians. This is something that's happened throughout history. Nobody has ever said, because I'm an atheist, I'm going to go and kill somebody.
Okay. I will divide this statement into two parts. The first is where he asserts the existence of a logical pathway from religion to bad, not one from atheism. The second is where he seems to think he is presenting this logic or saying something to back up his first statement. I'll handle the second part first. Here it is.
Nobody would ever say, because I'm an atheist, I'm going to kill somebody. You could very well say, because I am a Christian, I'm going to go and kill Muslims. Because I'm a Muslim, I'm going to go and kill Christians. This is something that's happened throughout history. Nobody has ever said, because I'm an atheist, I'm going to go and kill somebody.
Okay. Well, you could say, because I'm a Christian, I'm going to kill a Muslim, but that would be wrong. It would contradict the teachings of Christianity. There would be no logical reason to do so. Somebody who is not truly following Christ might make one, but it would not be a religious thing. It would be defending one man's tribe against another. There is no reason for a Christian to kill a Muslim just because he is a Christian and the other a Muslim. Of course, Islam is another matter. Many interpret its scriptures to mean that it is right to kill non-believers. This is another problem for Dawkins and many atheists, the difference between religions. He then says that atheism is different, and that nobody has ever said, because I am atheist, I'm going to go and kill somebody. For a start, this is not necessarily true. I will return to this later. Also, has anyone said, because I'm a Christian, I'm going to kill somebody? You might point to religious wars like the Crusades, but in reality it was a lot more complicated than that. For a start, they did not set out just to kill, but that is a different subject. So this second part was not logic, but a series of assertions, which I've shown are not exactly solid and which could be entirely false. So ask, what is this logical pathway he asserts in the first part of that clip? I've never seen it. Let's try to construct one. Like most Western atheists, Dawkins' claims are against the Christian God. This God is righteous and just God, who will bring judgment on those who do not follow his commandments. He makes it quite clear that it is wrong to do many things, and that doing wrong has severe consequences. You must now define belief also. This word does not mean accept as true, as many think it does. For instance, someone who does not believe in the death penalty does not think that it does not exist. They think it is not appropriate and it does not work. Somebody who does believe in it thinks that it is a reasonable method and would deter greater crime. Likewise, someone who believes in God thinks that he is true and that what he commands is good and a delight to obey, etc. So to the logic. 1. I believe in God. 2. Therefore I desire to please him. 3. Obeying his commandments is pleasing to him. 4. Therefore I will not obey his commandments and do bad. That makes no sense. How about this? 1. I believe in God and fear his judgment. 2. If I disobey him, I will receive his judgment. 3. Therefore I will disobey him. That's clearly not right either. All of these things that do not logically follow, the person does not receive what they want in the end. It seems there is no clear logical pathway from belief in God to doing bad. What about from atheism? 1. I do not believe in an inescapable judge. 2. I desire to do something evil. 3. As there is no God, I may well escape judgment. 4. Therefore I will do that evil. Of course, the atheist does not think it is evil because he has no absolute standard of morality. To him, the ends justify the means. It is clear that Dawkins has made a rather silly statement that shows his lack of logical capability. I have shown both his statements to be false and rather silly. Now another case, which is really what I've named this video for. On page 249 of his book The God Delusion, he states that he does not believe there is an atheist in the world who would bulldoze Mecca, or Chartres, or York Minster, or Notre Dame. To which my response upon reading this was, "What? Has he never seen this?"
I've been asked, why didn't you refuse? Why didn't you protest? I was just a boy, and to disobey an order meant to lose everything. They were dragging out the marble statues of angels, cherubs. They were destroying frescoes. I was astonished with this barbarism. How could they do it? There were some things I couldn't even raise my hand to film. But I had to. I filmed everything.
And some statistics. The atheistic state of the Soviet Union persecuted Christianity, causing a decline in numbers of clergymen from over 66,000 before the revolution to just over 6,000 in 1939, from over 39,000 functioning churches to 940, and many of these churches were dynamited and many of those priests were executed by the League of Militant Atheists. And aside from religious persecution, the death toll of atheist power is appalling, from the terror in Paris, where the square of execution was ankle-deep in blood, and thousands were executed for no reason other than j'accuse, to the starvation of the Soviet Union and China, and to the millions slaughtered by the Khmer Rouge, and in Cuba and in South America. All these because the people doing them did not believe in that inescapable judge. Stalin hated religion and had it removed because it meant people were worshipping God rather than the appropriate object of their worship, himself. The huge slaughters were justified by the fact that they were furthering the perfect cause of socialism to create heaven on earth, which any believer knows is impossible. The atheist ideology of communism has killed more people than perhaps all the wars in history put together, certainly more than any religiously motivated persecution or war. Yet Dawkins says on page 273 that there is not the smallest evidence that atheism influences people to do bad things. In his book, Why God Won't Go Away, Alistair McGrath argues that Dawkins gives every impression of being in denial about the darker side of atheism, making him a less than credible critic of religion. Dawkins has a fervent, pious and unquestioning faith in the universal goodness of atheism that he refuses to subject to critical examination. This is how I think Dawkins has shown himself to be deluded about the goodness of atheism.